Okay, guys, is this better? Try and see if this is better. Trying to move around so I can get the sun in a good spot. It's not being cooperative, and the bugs are trying to attack. So hopefully, of course, I had all kinds of people, so now I don't have any. But yeah. So that's it. We're sitting out on the front porch. I need to get a power washer out here and do some major power wash. Table needs to be power washed, chairs need it, house needs it. All right, what I had to do was go completely out and come back in. So I don't know what the deal is. It seems to be StreamYards because I know some other people are having problems with it. Let me do this too. And there. That way, if it was a little fuzzy, that may fix it. But yeah, we are sitting out here soaking up the evening sun. This is the kind of sun where you could bring your Alexa out here, and I've actually got one set up for out here. Won't play it right now, but I got one set up for out here because this is the time of day that I sometimes would like to turn the Alexa on, sit out here and have a little drink. See, that was yesterday, the last 3, 4 days here. It was in the 60s. It was pouring gangbusters. But today it's really nice. It's like not hot and it's not cold. It's like upper 70s. It's not too humid. I can actually, oh, excuse me, stand being out here. You're going to have to play nice. Sorry. They're not used to having play buddies, except for the break-in doggy, and they've kind of got used to her and figured she's just a permanent attachment. I actually went and bought a flea collar because I was like, if you're going to be in the house, I don't want no bugs. So I went and bought her a collar. So yeah, and I've found branches down. I got a big old pile of them. I got to haul over to the burn pile because I've just been gathering them up because they've just been falling down out here. My oak trees, like I might actually keep a couple of them, like take off the bark and carve them down and make them into like wands or something. Canes, really pretty. But some of them are pretty shaped. And then I need to walk down to the creek, which is just a little bit down to the bottom behind my car, and see what it's looking like because it's been a while since I've been down there. So yeah, but I think I figured out that it likes camera 2, front facing 2, not the 1, and this does seem a whole lot clearer. Because I could even tell on some of them how fuzzy it was. I was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with this?" But I do have it in a holder that's actually holding it. Oh, but I went. What did I get? All I got was a little thing of laundry detergent, dishwashing tabs. I did buy some flex tape because I had the tape. The dog tore my tube that comes out of my air conditioner up, and I had to tape it back together. So I had to get some Flex Seal tape and a couple of other things. And it was like $65. I was just like, this is crazy. For a few of the little bars of Ivory soap. It's like, that's nuts. Here comes the dune buggy dude. Now he doesn't have a little kid on it this time. It's just him. Yeah, it's like, maybe they'll figure out they don't want to come all the way down here. Because my dog don't like it. I need to run down to my mail. I'm still waiting for it shipped on May 10th. It shipped on May 10th, so it should be coming anytime soon, hopefully, if it made it out of port. It said it shipped, but it may not have made it out of port. You know how that port thing is. That's what was it? I was watching someone and they were saying that half the container ships coming over are halfway empty because they're not getting stuff out of the port. And I was just like, oh God, it's still going on. It's like a no, 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 no. And so we did that. We did fire up She Beast. She Beast, so nice to get her fired up. My son went and took her to the car wash and got all the 10 pounds of pollen off of her. And what I'm wondering is because whenever they had to work on her, they had to pull the dash out. And I'm wondering if they unhooked one of my cables to my stereo because it will not, we can't figure out why it's not coming on. So I'll probably have to drive it down to the lot and say, hey, can y'all look at this for a minute and just see if you figure out if there's something back there that got disconnected because it's got power, it just don't have no sound. So there's got to be a reason it's not coming through the stereos. And I'm figuring that they just unclipped someone when they were down there in their fun space because working on that car anywhere is a fun space. Getting in that car now at my age is a fun time. It sits 2 inches off the ground. And so you're 2 inches off the ground, you're like down here and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. But yeah, it's an experience. I told my son that whenever my grandson turns 16, I might give it to him for his 16th birthday. And he's like, but I want it. And I'm like, well, you know, it's got to go to someone that can slither because it's a slither car. So it's got to go to someone that can slither because I call it the slither car. Slither in it, you slither out of it. But she's oh so pretty. So I just like to look at her. Yeah, she's a 94 Z28 with the big LT1 engine in it. So she likes to drink a lot of gas, so it costs a fortune to keep her running. And if I take her to a car place, at any time, shape, or form, take her to the car place, she stays there for 3 months. It literally takes 3 months to get that car back. I get glad when this kid gets tired of running up and down the road because otherwise it's peaceful out here. And they don't live down here. They're like from all the way at the other end of the road. And what they don't realize is when I have my grandkids, there are little kids out here running around on this road, so they can't just go flying up and down it like they're trying to. I know, buddy, you don't like that thing, do you? How does your neck? My goodness, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the bugs are attacking and attacking and attacking. But I might actually look up that stuff because it's a cling. You spray your windows with water and then you just place it on there and then take like a little brayer kind of thing and just do it flat. Hi, Pommy. And you just kind of lay it flat and just you pull all the bubbles out of it. And it's like having curtains but no curtains. And like I said, the one I have is so dark. I mean, it's great in the wintertime because, I didn't want to see outside anyway because it was just dark. But I wouldn't mind having mosquito. I wouldn't mind having a one for the right now when it's nice weather where you can get sunlight because I kind of miss sunlight. Probably need some sunlight. Look like I'm still missing. I got my 3 dogs, but I don't see the other 2. I have to round them up here in a little bit. My daughter will kill me if she comes home and her dogs are gone. Oh, man. So how's everyone's weather other than You see, Cassandra, you said it's raining. How about Tijuana? Is yours good? Tommy, is yours good? I see people have been in and out of the room. I had one of those days where you're not fit to talk to nobody, and I knew it. I felt it when it would come on. It was like I'm just irritable. I'm just gonna go take my anxiety medicine and go lay down and chill. Just do a chill session. That's what I did. I did a chill session. And then tomorrow will be rock day. I'll pull them out. They've been polishing for a week, so they should be nice and shiny. And I went and got the ivory soap, so it'll burnish them, which makes them look like they got that candy coating on them. And then I'll start another round of them. I might let it sit for like a day where it's not running it because it runs 24/7. It's been running 24/7 for what, 6 weeks? Yeah, it looks like Chris was in the room, but no one's there. But yeah, so it runs 24/7 for it's been 6 weeks. I'm probably gonna only burnish it for 2 days. So by Monday they'll be done. And then I'll probably let them sit, pick pick ones I want to do, get them halfway set up, scrubbed and everything so that I can start the next round on the next Saturday. And then there was a couple in there that I was thinking of making cover minders out of it because they were really pretty. They'd make really pretty cover minders. So I'm kind of doing that and getting them set up to where I'll have some stuff that if anyone ever becomes patrons at that level, I'll have stuff that I have put back that I can send out. And then I've already done them for the event. Roscoe! Roscoe! Come on, Roscoe! Okay, found one dog. I don't see Queenie yet, but I found one. Come on, Roscoe. Come on, buddy. Oh, there's Queenie. Hi, Queenie. Okay, I found her dogs. Yeah, they're almost done. It takes rocks forever. It takes rocks forever. I did not realize it took forever in a day because it's like let me put it all down so you don't have this. It takes a week when they're brand new and they're sharp and got the rough edges and everything. It takes a week to get that off. And then the next week is like rounding them up some more. And the third week, the pre-polish is kind of just getting any last little stuff off. And then the fourth week is polish. And then the burnishing is putting that candy coating on them. Bugs. Surprised you can't see them flying around my face. Feel like I'm up in Maine. Okay, now I see the two. Her two are black. And they're right here in front. So I got 3 on the porch with me and 2 right in front of my parking area. And then I might actually pull out my super stiffy and do a whip and chat on Artemisa with the super stiffy because let me tell you, that's stiff. And I finally figured out where I can place it on there and you can see down. So you can actually see what I'm doing. But she is beautiful. She's a lot of brown and black. A lot of brown and black. Roscoe? No. A lot of brown and black. Teenagers. You gotta love them. The only thing now is they're a little more mouthy, a lot more attitude, and pretty nasty in general, unless they're raised good. So, yeah. It's like, I'm not so sure about our teens nowadays. A lot of stuff that we were ingrained with at growing up, they don't have in them. Number one, respect for older people. Um, Two, you don't talk crap to older people. They don't have that now. They'll flip you off, cuss you out, and pull a gun. Yeah, yesterday I thought it was Friday, and I was like, "Oh, I'll do the rocks tomorrow," and then I was like, "Oh, it's only Thursday." Yeah, And then I acquired all the extras. I finally made it where break in can't break in except to go through the door. But of course, she clawed up my door siding by my door pretty good. Think I'm gonna get some little nails and tack it down. And then I tackled her the other night, and Tommy, get up here. And then I sit there and tack it down so she won't tear it up. And I tackled her and actually filed down her nails because her nails were so bad that she was just clawing everything that she dug at, to the point of like I threw the plastic piece that went with this away because she just dug the fire out of it. And I mean, it's like she just started doing that a couple weeks ago. It's like, really? For real? Now they're catching mice because the mice have been in. So I got a dog that catches mice and my cat. And they caught a mouse and were like tossing it between them. And then I don't know what the cat took it and took off running with it. And I don't know where she put it. It was dead. I don't know where she put it. I have to tear apart the kitchen and see where she put it. But yeah, we're all sitting out here and enjoying the sun. Should have brought my lighter out. I could have lit the candle. Maybe that kept the bugs away. I'm thinking about planting some mosquito plants, like put a couple in the corners of the deck that supposedly keeps the mosquitoes away. That would be nice. So that's my plant. I'm going to do like a mosquito plant there, a mosquito plant there, and one over there. And that would make it to where this deck you could sit on without having the mosquitoes. And then I have a nice umbrella that you can crank open when it's really sunny and sit under it. Ah, kid. And of course, it's summertime, so they'll be doing it a lot. And my dogs hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. Really hate them. But yeah, I think I figured out the right camera because this one looks a whole lot clearer. So hopefully, and it looks like I'm getting better reception on this one. And let's see, what events are coming up? We got the Pride event coming up. They have Derek's event coming up, which is another Pride-like event. It's like something in rainbows or something like that, Pride and Rainbows or something. Um, then you have the Michael Jelena a-thon coming up. So there's quite a few. If you go on Mr. and Mrs. Dubai site, they actually have a listing of all the events for the year, and who's hosting and where they'll be and what they're going to be. So yeah. Oof. And then tomorrow night is, the Knicks night. I love sitting there and hanging out with Knicks all night because it's like girls' night, girls' night gone wild. And then me and my girlfriend, who were talking about being roommates, we were talking about different things we were going to cook. And she's like into all this elaborate. I mean, she does like the fancy cooking, like steak and food scoops and all the cream sauces, sea bass with baby shrimp sauce and stuff like that. Yes, and on my back deck, I have a grill, and I have another table with a big umbrella on it, and then you can go up underneath the overhang. So yeah, and I love margaritas. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get some mosquito plants because they supposedly keep the mosquitoes away. Because of course, I showed you I'm a smack dab in the middle of woods and more woods, more woods. And our road out there is a little gravel road, so that's it. And we're like 3/4 of a mile from the main highway. So we're back here. So just having that kid run up around, it's like, what? Where did he come from? I mean, normally there's no one out here. Nice and peaceful. You get the woodpeckers and you get the whippoorwills and you get the frogs. And that's your serenade. I guess my cat has decided that she would love to be out here with me because she's laying in the window staring at me. So it's like, yeah, me and my little furry menagerie are all out here. For dinner, I don't know what I'll make. I might make, I don't know, maybe spaghetti salsa and some noodles and some cheese. Or I might do air fried chicken on the other. But I don't eat a whole lot. You would think, and I notice that as we get older, we don't have to eat squat and we stay big. We get bigger. We just get bigger. We don't even have to eat that much. It's like, really, I could see this if I was eating like a whole pizza, bunch of candy, but you don't have to eat that much and you still stay big. I was reading up on it and it's due to the loss of estrogen. And I did find a couple of herbs that I'm going to try because it says that the combination of the two of them, now you hear all my little birds? But the combination of the two of them help with the sleeping, help with the middle, the little nice little marshmallow belly going on. Help with weight loss, help with mood swings, all the stuff you get after menopause. So I'm going to try them. I mean, I already take turmeric for my fibromyalgia because I didn't want to take Lyrica. And if you take turmeric and Ceylon cinnamon, and it's usually 2 pills a day of each, and it's enough to where it keeps your fibromyalgia, unless you're having a very bad flare, under control without medications. It's more herbal. And so this one was turmeric and this Morgana leaf crushed up and put in a pill form. So I thought, I'll try that. Yeah, it's 5:30, so when I get off here, I'm gonna cook something for myself. It's hard to cook for myself. It really is. When the kids are here, I cook more. If I have someone here, I'll cook more. If my dad's home and I really want to cook, I'll cook something and have them come over and, chill and eat. But it's just really hard to cook for yourself. It really is. Like I wanted vegetable soup the other day and I made some vegetable soup. And then I ended up freezing 4 big containers of vegetable soup because you can't just make homemade vegetable soup and just make a little bit. It's like same with chili. I can't make just a little chili. I do it in a certain way and I don't measure anything. Everything's like that looks good, a dash of this, pinch of that, couple quarts of this. It's all by it's never exactly tastes the same because I never do it exactly the same. Sometimes I throw extra things in it, and other times I take extra things out. So it's just, I never know. Well, Roscoe's getting his run in now. Well, he runs pretty fast. He runs pretty fast. It is so peaceful out here today. So peaceful. My dad's got all kinds of little birds. They go from his one bird feeder to his other bird feeder and just chirp in the middle. And I wish I could get my yard mowed, but I have a riding lawnmower. I just can't ride it because of my belly. It's hard to store it. You get tired of eating the same thing. It's just really hard to cook for one. It really is. I mean, even cooking for two is easier than cooking for one because you can kind of cut it down to two, but it's just hard to cook for one. And it's going to be interesting when Sandy gets here because, like I said, she cooks all them like watching the cooking channels dinners, and she always has. for a while she was totally vegetarian, so she does all those kind of meals. And then and then I'm country, so I mean I'm like I told her, I said, I'll do pinto beans and fried potatoes and cornbread. And she was like, well, what kind of pinto beans do you do? And I said, I like mine on the thicker side. I don't like to do them in the crock pot. I do them on the stove and I do them all day. So Roscoe, Roscoe, come here, Roscoe. Come on. Then to find the pug. Come on, Roscoe. My dogs don't know. They're like, Mom, you brought another one home. What are you doing? And it's just like, I'm just babysitting. Come on, Roscoe. Come on. My daughter had him out here for a while, quite a while. It's been many years ago. And a bobcat got him and drug him off in the woods. And one of our little dogs actually stood at the edge of the woods and just threw such a fit that my husband went to go see what was going on, because she would look at him and just bark like crazy and then look in the woods. And then for like an hour that went on. And so he finally went over there and found Roscoe in the woods, and his whole belly had been, you could see the claw marks where it had just caught him, clawed down the leg and was dragging him off. So the little barkers are the ones that saved his life. He ended up with like 200 stitches. And so I laid on the floor and cried with him. I felt so bad for that baby. So bad. Because that was rough. That was rough. And hopefully everyone has had a wonderful beginning of summer, because here kids are out of school, as you can tell by this one running up and down my road. And so they are out now officially until I think they go back middle of August. So it's like kids are here till the middle of August. And my 3 are out here. My brother's in Texas. I don't know where my dad is. He's done running the roads. I know he said something about going to my aunt's, doing something there. They may have went to the casino, because they run to the casino together. I want a casino closer. Our nearest one's in Oklahoma, and so it's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive. Yeah, I'm not that far from Ruby Q. I could probably make it to Ruby Q's house in about 2.5 hours, 3 at the most. I've threatened her a couple times. I'm just going to show up at your house. We'll craft together. And I'm fixing to have to. I will have to go to Walmart for these, but get probably do it after the first. Some gel pens. Stop, you guys! Stop! 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 Some gel pens, because even with all the colored pencils, these pictures, this is not color books like I'm used to. Oh, these are so detailed that it's got little spots you need to color in and stuff. So it's like looking at a Josephine Wall photo, only just black and white. You got to fill in the color. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to break down and get some small gel pens so I can like do the little spots. But I got the Josephine Wall one. I've got an Ann Stoke one on the way. I got one that's the gnome garden, and it's all gnomes. And then the other one is magical garden. Are you having fits because of like the dog or because of the bugs? I'm not sure. And you can tell it gets dark about 8:30, so it's starting to get that not getting dark, but you can tell the sun. This is when I had a pool, when I liked to be in the pool, because it wasn't super, super, super direct sun on you, but it was nice out here. It was like, yeah, this was pool weather. Let me see. I wish this kid would like go home. Okay, I'm gonna step away for just a minute, because I'm gonna go get a lighter to light this candle. Let's go. Okay, I went and got the lighter because I'm lighting a citronella candle and see if that'll kind of slow the bugs away. Roscoe, come on, boy. Because he's the only one left out. I can get him in the house, and I don't have to worry about anyone getting hit by that little dune buggy dude. Because that's all he's doing is just running up and down the road, doing about 40 miles an hour, and swerving. And until he saw me, he was actually like swerving like at the dogs. And then when he saw me, he quit. And I'd say he's probably about 15, 16. Yeah, that's when I loved the pool. But I have found out that when you live by yourself and you have abdominal issues, a pool is not something you can manage. Not very well, anyway. So I gave up the pool, but I am going to get a set of horseshoes and put a set of horseshoes over there where the pool was. And also, we're going to put in a fire pit, and then like have the lawn chairs around the fire pit, and then have the horseshoes. But I've been trying to find horseshoes that the kids won't kill each other with, because I can just see them taking those heavy duty horseshoes and really doing some damage to each other. So I'm lighting the citronella candle to see if maybe that'll make some of these bugs go away. We can always try. We can't always try. That's all you can do. And guys, I had a total meltdown flip fit. I thought I was over most of my anger about what had been done to me. Evidently not, because my aunt was out here yesterday with her friend. And her friend's sitting there telling me, yeah, I'm being referred to so and so because I got to have this done. They say he's the best. And I lost it. I literally lost it. And I told her, I said, if you're smart, you will go and see if you can get referred to someone else. Because no, he is not the best. I would not recommend him. He is the reason I'm in the shape I'm in. And for the rest of my life, the shape I'm in. And she goes, well, they say he's so wonderful and he's so good. And so this and so that. And I said, that's word of mouth. But they don't get the word of mouth of what he's really like. I said, he is not so good or so great. And I was like, and she goes, well, he's supposed to be so smart. And I said, if he was smart, he would have known that that wasn't his expertise area and to call in an assistant, call in a general surgeon to do the part that he does what he messed up on me. And she goes, well, I guess you got a point. I said, yeah, that's where the intelligence comes in, knowing what you're good at and what you're not good at. And what you're not good at, call for help. And know when to call for help and be willing to call for help. But I said, he's not. I said, so, yeah. And when it was like my poor aunt, her eyes burned out. They said his name. I just like lost it. I thought, okay, not over the anger with him. It's like, oh man, not over the anger with him. But I mean, but his life went on. Mine drastically changed. And he never followed up with me. I never saw him again. Even when I went for my last appointment, he threw his nurse in with me and didn't even come to come check on me to see what's going on. So, yeah, again, it's all about the money, all about the dollar. I actually signed up for a home an online herbal class. So, to one's for identifying the herbs. So I can walk around out here and identify these suckers. 'Cause I know they're out here down Yarrow. And then another one for herbal medicinaries, so you can like make your own stuff. So yeah, I figured because I actually have a certificate in it years ago, and it got to where I couldn't do anything with it. And I'm telling you, you don't use it, you lose it. And so, and I moved like twice since then, so I don't even know where all this paperwork and stuff I had is, because I had all the paperwork and the journals for the recipes and stuff that I had come up with on my own. So I'd signed up for that. And I went back because they were having a special. They were having a 75% off special. So I ended up getting like $300 worth of courses for like $29. So that's not bad at all. So I'll be reading up on that. So I think I'll pull a computer out for that to read better. Seems like it's harder to read on the phone for some reason. It's so small. It's so small. Better on the computer. Well, I see I'm losing people. They're probably going to eat. And it's 6 o'clock, which means it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, and it's 3 o'clock. So Jeremy's still working, and Nix is probably eating over in Alaska, or in Alaska, Australia. They're going to bed. This is bedtime. Bedtime. So, and it's their Saturday, so they're just getting up. So they're actually should be getting up. But over in the UK, they're going to bed. Time zones are so hard for me. So hard. So hard. So, yeah, it's kind of a boring life. I'm just yapping. Anyone got anything to talk about? I would love to have my pool back, but I just can't take care of it. It's a lot of scrubbing, vacuuming, uh, changing out concoctions in it. It's just crazy. Crazy. I used to love coming out like just after dark, and I would just float around in the pool, and I would have little lights on, and just because I live out here and I have no light pollution at all, so it's like black. I see a vulture up there. It must be something up there. But literally, I would just lay there and float and just look at the stars, and they'd be so bright. And like when there's a full moon, it feels like you're just right there. You can just pick it out of the sky. It is beautiful. And everyone says, "Why don't you get back in town, close to everything?" And I'm like, "Can't do it. Cannot do it." My nearest neighbor you saw was my dad. He's across the road over there, and then after that, it's about 2, 3 acres to the right. Around the corner is my cousin, and then a couple acres that way is a little guy, and I call him off-grid person because he lives in an old 1960s pull-behind RV. And he's got all these teepees built in his yard. I don't know what it is. Teepees. And then he collects rainwater for taking baths and stuff. And he's got another thing that he collects water for drinking. Yeah, he's an interesting character. Now got the beard down here. It was like one day he was out there and he had just shorts on, no shirt. And see, I don't know when the last time that poor man seen the sun because he was so white that he blinded me. And then all this fur, and I was like, oh my God, I'll never get that out of my head. But he actually seems pretty, he's nice. His name's Tony. Every once in a while, he'll take his four-wheeler and pop over to my dad's house and get a couple 5-gallon buckets of water for my dad's house. But he stays to himself. And my dad stays over there in his little thing with my brother's home. He's always out fishing, so it's just us. Just us. And of course, it's summer, so I'll probably have the kids more often during the summer. Because whenever they're not, and either therapy or um, in like a function with mom or work. Um, I know once seeing an occupational therapist, we just found, yeah, town living. I just can't do town living. Cannot do it. I mean, I can't do where my nearest neighbors like walk out my front door, take 10 steps up in their yard. Cannot do it. I mean, I'm so far out here. If I want to turn on the music and rock out, I can turn on the music and rock out. If I want to turn it to my house and not make sound, I can do that. If I want to have a nice bonfire, I can do that. I mean, I'm 17 miles from the nearest city. I mean, I am out here. So, but it's so nice being out here because you're not regulated by all the regulatory crap. You know, because that gets old. That gets real old with everyone saying you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't do this. It's just like with my dogs. I go down to the co-op and I buy the 3 years rabies vaccine, 9-in-1. For 1 year they'll get 2 shots, and for the next 2 years they'll just get 1. Because I'll give the 3 year rabies, and then the next 2 they'll just get the 9-in-1. I hear it. I don't see him. I hear it. Ace is probably eating it up because he lives in the city and he has to stay in the house for this little bitty backyard. So he really is probably eating it up. Probably just gave him but yeah. And let me see. Oh, my insurance is that also place. Roscoe! Hey boy! Roscoe! Come here! But they called again, and they called like at 10 in the morning, and I am not asleep. And so I finally sent a text email saying call after 1. I don't know what they could be calling about because everything has been sent everywhere. They just need to do their job. You know, but I'm not doing it for them. It's like so crazy. So nuts. Makes you wonder about people nowadays. It is. Yeah. Hi, Roscoe. Hi, Paris. Hey, we're on the front porch. We're out enjoying it's actually really nice after today. Not hot, it's not chilly, and it's not windy. So it's really nice. But we came out here to see if the picture would be better because my back sliding glass door, I got such a dark cover on it that it just stays dark in the house. The light glare is so bad. Thought about maybe pulling out the ring light and seeing if I can get the ring light facing me. That'll make a difference. Yeah, because you're up there. Let me see, they're like where I was when I was in Northern Maine, and we didn't start getting warm, what you would even call warm, until like into June, July, and then it wasn't what you call, hey, one of my lizard friends, here he goes, telling you, that's why I kept that lizard cover minder, because it's like they're everywhere. I mean, lizards out the wazoo. They just went flying out like there's a couple over there though. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I asked for something and I got tons of dogs and tons of lizards. It's evidently that was my answer. I threw a few deer in there, but evidently that was my answer. Yeah, the beginning part of this week was really chilly and rainy and icky and windy. And then the storm blew through, so the East Coast will be getting them now. Actually, when I was in Maine on the 4th of July, we were going camping. And where we were camping at, it was pouring down rain, cold. And then we went back to the base, dropped our stuff, then we went over to Limestone and went to the 4th of July water fireworks event.
it was snowing. So we went from rain to snowing on the 4th of July. It was just like, it blew my mind away. I was like, I never thought I'd see snow on the 4th of July. But it was always, I mean, you only saw a couple months of decent weather up there. But I still, out of all the places I have lived, Northern Maine was my favorite. Hands down, favorite. Except for the black flies, but favorite. Because even when it was cold and tons of snow up the wazoo, there was things you could do in the snow. You know, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, cross country skiing. Downhill, don't do downhill up there. No, it's just ice and it hurts and it's not fun. But cross country's okay. But yeah, you know, go out and make snow forts with your kids. Go sledding with your kids. I mean, there was so much stuff you could do. It's so funny. He's sitting like right on the property line staring. And then, of course, my two neighbors are my brother and sister who don't even live out here. Yep. It was July 4th. My birthday is July 14th. And usually I'm used to it being scalding hot on my birthday. And up there it wasn't. But the kids, all my kids say that was their best memories of being a childhood was up there. It really was. And it was so close knit that the base itself was like a town. It was like its own little town. Everybody knew everybody. They were willing to help everybody because everyone's away from their family and they're away from everybody and everything they know. And you're stuck out there in BFE because I remember my friend, and it's the funniest video I've ever seen in my life. He came from California and he videotaped his whole trip from California up to Northern Maine. And about the time he hit Bangor, because once you hit Bangor, you're done. It's like nothing. After Bangor, ain't nothing. And all you kept hearing was, "Oh my God, where have they sent me?" I mean, he did more screeching and caterwauling, and the whole from Bangor, which is a 3-hour trip up to the base. But it's pretty much true. I mean, because from the base to Bangor is 3 hours, and in between is nothing. There's like the base, there's Caribou, there's Presque Isle, and there's nothing. And if y'all have seen any of the Chuck Pinson paintings, the Sweet Life, the one with the red covered bridge, and it's got the little church in the background and the tractor. I'm beautiful, beautiful. I love that painting. And I was doing it for myself because in Fort Fairfield, which is a town in Maine, there is a bridge that looks just like that. It is like the spitting image bridge. And so I was doing it for me, and my dad kept coming in. Oh, that's such a pretty picture. That's such a pretty. I finally framed it and gave it to him. Beautiful picture. And I'll probably end up buying it again and doing it for myself. But yeah, in fact, I'm about to, because right now I have Aurora Beauty on my fireplace panel, and I'm probably fixing to switch it out with something else. So I switch my paintings around and rotate them and like rotate a pitch. It's like rotator paper. Here, there. And I've gotten to where I save my boxes and my tubes, and that way, if I do roll them up and put them away, I can just switch them out. Like if when my roommate gets here, I'll probably take down my princesses. I have the Disney princesses, and they're framed, and I'll probably take them out of the frame, roll them up, put them away, and use that frame for the Lady of the Lake or Lady of the Forest when I do her. Or Artemisa if she'll fit, but I don't know if she'll fit. I think she's like a really odd size, really odd, but she's beautiful. I tell you, I don't like. I'm not into the colors. But I like. I mean, the super brighter, more pizzazzy the colors, the happier the painting will make me. This one is all done in like mostly 3371 black, three, 3779, I think. It's all the darker browns, but the light parts that are there really pop. And then, like I said, I'm blinging it up. I'm using some frosted crystals in the heart. I found where I'm going to replace them, and then there's a couple of places I'm gonna like the constellations that are out in the, around her head. I'm gonna put white, the 141s there. So it is gonna get blinged up. She's gonna get a little bling bling. She'll have some bling. I mean, I've got enough of it. I need to start using it. So figure out where I'm gonna put it. On my once in a blue moon, I have figured out I'm gonna use 141s on the waterfall, the stream that turns into a waterfall that comes down and lands next to the fairy king and queen. I'm gonna do all that in 141. So it'll make that really kind of pop over there. And then all the moth, maybe the eyes, I'll do the moth eyes and in a different little colors. But yeah, in a way, like just think of that, Chris. You're really lucky because where you are is probably a very nice. It beats the heck out of living in big cities. Yeah, I've got that $25 one, which I'm using for the Lady of the Lake, or the Lady of, I don't know if I want to call her Lady of the Lake, but Lady of the Forest. And then like in her, I'm gonna take where all the moths are, where the eyes are and the moth's wings. I'm gonna do all this. But I've got so many ABs. I mean, I just need to start getting crystals and jellies because I got tons of ABs and tons of quads. In fact, I had put oak quads in the wolf's eyes, but I think I'm gonna switch them out because I found another one and it's not yellow and it's a not a like a sun yellow. It's a different color yellow, and I think I'm gonna put it in there because it is so. It'll make them really stand out. Okay, we're gonna go this way again. I think the sun has changed to where, yeah, sun has changed to where we're gonna go this way now. I'm chasing the sun, guys. Yeah, T-Maw is my a bling bling. When she first came out with quads, I mean, very first came out with quads, I bought like 2 full sets of quads. I got so many quads, tons of quads. You got like 10 in a pack of every quad there was. And now she's the crystals. I want to start getting some crystals because the glass is so nice. But yeah, and the half bead little pearls. She's got little half pearls. I'm putting those in the Lady of the Forest. Those black ABs, more frosted. I'm not fellas like Josh. That's my cousin, who's like, he's probably in his 40s, maybe late 40s. I remember my cousin who lives down there. He's like I don't know what you call it. He's like my cousin's baby, so second cousin, I don't know. But she and me used to sit and play war and gin and rummy when we were kids. And now we just live like half-mile apart on the road. But she's it. Once you get to her house, there's nothing but woods, 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 and more woods. So it's like, yeah. At one time, we owned most of this road, and I actually tried to buy where the guy set up with the little RV is, but the guy at the front, very, 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 very front, had grabbed it before I got it. So, hi, Diamond Nana. Hadn't seen you in a while. I'm glad Are you feeling better? I know for a while there you were kind of down, so I hope you're feeling better. Wish I could get that. He's just a joy. He's just sitting out there between the two. I have 2 wild plum trees that we actually put them there when they were little itty bitty baby trees. And he's laying out there between the 2 plum trees, just watching anything that goes by. He's probably eating this up because he don't get to do this at home. And I hope to God she's got something on him, please. I hate to hear you're struggling, but I'm glad you're doing better. I am so glad you're doing better. And then, of course, with what's going on, that has gone on this week, if anyone else is reacting to it the way I did, I just out of the blue got just very irritable and angry. And I was like, I just took me what my doctor gives me for whenever I have an anxiety attack and took it and went and laid down because it was just like, it was almost like I was feeling the feelings that all these people are feeling. It was just like, ugh, turning off the TV, turned off the TV, I turned off the internet, and I basically put on some music and just listened to like soft music and just chilled, went into chill mode. Okay, it sounds like a bird, right? That's not a bird. It's a frog. That is a frog. And they get up on my roof. And it's a frog. Yeah, we have so many frogs out here, and it's due to us. My brother's like, "Yeah, you cause so many frogs." But one year we had the tarp on the pool, but it had sunk in. Well, the frogs had gotten there and laid their eggs, and there was like 4,000 frogs in that tarp. And my kids and grandkids were like, "We can't kill all these frogs," so they scooped them all out, put them in a 13-gallon trash bag, and would take them with the wheelbarrow and haul them down to the creek and dump them in the creek. So we have like got 4,000 frogs. I mean, you walk by a tree and a frog will sit there and stare at you going, "Hi, I'm here. See me? Ha!" Or they get up on my roof and sit up in the eaves and sit there and croak. And at night they really croak. And yeah, it's crazy. I just got to where I know what they sound like. But they sound like a bird. They really do. Yes, not Nana, they are. Well, that's good. At least you have someone that's checking in on you. Oh, you would have loved these. There were so many frogs. So many. You'd be mowing the lawn and frogs be hopping everywhere. I mean, there was frogs everywhere. Because of course we put them in the creek. Well, they grew up, become frog frogs, got their legs, and they were out here hopping everywhere. It was like, oh my Lord. And I don't know where all these lizards, salamanders, whatever you want to call them, are coming from, but I got them everywhere too. It's just like they just decided, oh, we're just going to hang out with this lady. So now I got tons of them. And then, of course, Nick's got me hooked on those peach frogs, the hairbow frogs. Oh my God. That month she was doing the frogs, she would eat a thing of those every night. So everyone would have frogs, frogs, and more frogs. But yeah, out here it's frogs, lizards. Seen a few squirrel today. They've been running around up and down the trees. Um, let's see what else has been out here running around. The deer haven't come out. There's another lizard. See, there's no lizard right there, right there. He's got a short tail. But yeah, I don't know where they're coming from. There's lizards, and more lizards. So I actually made a lizard cover minder. And believe it or not, snakes I can't stand. Cannot stand snake. I don't want to have nothing to do with snake. I don't mind lizards. They got legs. Snakes don't got no legs. I don't like things that have more than four legs, and I don't like things that have no legs. You got to have 2 to 4 legs, or you're not welcome. It says 2 to 4 legs or not welcome. It's like no, no, and no, and no, and no, and no, and no. Got to have 2 to 4 legs. People are like, that's weird. Oh my God, that's just the way I am. Got to have 2 to 4 legs. But I have no clue where they have come from. And I thought about taking them because I got a couple of pines, and when the pine cones start dropping this year, when the baby ones start falling, getting some of those and let them sit for a little bit, get anything that's in them out, and then like cover them with like cinnamon oil, where you can get them to where they have that nice cinnamony smell. That will be nice. I can't do snakes. Cannot do snakes. No, no. Don't mind frogs. Frogs are cool. This little lizard, he's just been running back and forth. I mean, he just came out the other side, and then he'll come down, and he'll come out this side, and then he'll go back, and he'll go down the other side. And it was just like all of a sudden they all just popped up. About the time the break-in doggy did. Break-in dog turned up. Lizards turned up. I went and bought the break-in doggy a flea collar because I was like, if you're gonna be in the house, you're gonna have a flea collar. I actually found one at Love's. Beautiful magnet. It was a kitchen magnet, and I turned it into a cover minder. Beautiful frog. So I love frogs. I got all kinds of frog stuff. I've given away so many I gave away the frog that's in the shower, taking a shower, and I gave him to my daughter. Yeah, that's not a bad snake. I don't like the ones that are like freaking huge. I'm scared of snakes because I'm not sure which ones are poisonous. If I could literally just look at a snake and say, okay, good snake, bad snake, to me, they're all bad snakes because I can't tell which a good snake. And so I just kind of stay away from snakes. This little lizard come out, he'll look at me and then he'll go back. And then he'll come around the other way and he'll look at me and then he'll go back. I just go back. Supposedly, they indicate protection, positive energy, stuff, yada yada. So I'm like, okay, you can hang out. It's getting late in the day, so break-in doggy will probably end up back over here because she usually will hang out at my dad's in the afternoon and sit on his porch. And then when it starts getting dark, she's back over here, breaking in. She'll stay in all night and then go out in the morning. They're at the door. Oh, let us here. You want out? They're whining. The other one's out there just soaking up the sun. But he don't get to do that often. And my kids have been on the road for 2 hours of their from middle of Arkansas to Orlando, Florida trip. So hopefully they'll let me know when they make it because that's a long drive. It's a long drive with 3 kids in the car. Oof. But supposedly she bought like a supercharger that they could plug each of their chargers into, and they've all got tablets and phones and oh, grandkitties, little kitties are so cute. My cat's still small. She never got big. She never got big. She's tiny, 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 tiny. I can see that the pillow that I've got out here in these chairs, I don't know what happened to this one, but it looks like something ate it. I guess the sun. Good night, Cassandra. Enjoy dinner. Enjoy dinner. I'm actually thinking of leaving like 30 minutes early so I can go cook something because I haven't eaten all day and I'm kind of hungry. And then I will be back tomorrow with the rocks. Oh, here comes the lizard again. He lost his tail. I wonder if one of the kids tried grabbing him because he's got like this much of a tail. He's barely got a tail. A tiny, 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 tiny tail. It's like not a tail. And then let me see what else is there. Actually thought about walking down the road. I might maybe do it tomorrow or Sunday. I'll walk to the end of the road and take my app that identifies plants
and go take a picture of what I think is yarrow. And if it is, I'll just take a pair of scissors down and snip off 4 or 5 snips and hang them and dry them out because I could actually use them. This lizard has that must be a chameleon because he's getting like he was running around something red and his face is red now. Oh, guys, the coolest thing when I was working, there was these these girls that was the housekeepers, and they were screaming bloody murder and they were yelling snake, snake, snake. And I went down there and I was like, snake in the hospital? And so I went down there. Of course, I have been chased by a bat in the hospital, so it could be. I mean, actually had a bat chasing us through the hall in the hospital. So I went over there and I looked and I was like, oh, that's not a snake. That's like a little lizard. And so I was like, well, I'll get it. And someone brought a bag. And so, I picked it up. And when it got to where it was up in front of my uniform was that navy blue. That lizard went instantly navy blue. Beautiful, beautiful color blue. Kind of like the banner on the stream coming across. Just kind of like that banner. It was beautiful. And so I kind of put them in the little bag and kept it open and walked them out and put them up in a tree and then watched them to where he blended in with the tree. It was really cool. Do you expect that in a hallway in the hospital? No. Them poor little girls were tripped smooth out. They were just smooth tripping big time. But they thought for sure that was a snake. And I was like, no, snakes, no legs. Of course, most of them couldn't speak English, but I was like, snake, no legs, no legs. It's like, these have legs. We're good. We're good to go. Let's see. At 6:30, I'll go ahead and get off. I'll get off half an hour early, and that way I can go in and cook something for dinner and not be eating like super, 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 super late. Because otherwise, I'll be eating super, 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 super late. And then I was in the middle of recording for that whip. And what I did is I was working on it and then I stopped and kind of pulled out the main page to show what it would look like. And then I kind of explained how I don't have the one that has the labels because I actually turned it into my labels. And then I pulled up my laptop and actually went into Heaven and Earth Designs and was showing them like the crown jewels where you'll get like the ones that actually have a picture on it and all you need is the drills versus the one where you have to calculate it and get your blank canvas and your drills. And then like I'm telling them to like go to Jadekins Gym or to Uniquely Yours to because if you send it to Uniquely Yours, she will figure out the whole thing, get you the canvas and everything, and send it to her her suppliers, and have them do it up for you. So, yeah, I did it the hard piecemeal way, and I would not recommend that way to anybody because my drills came from 3, 4, 5, 6 different areas. The canvas came from Hurricane. I mean, yeah, I would not recommend it to anybody. But I do have 2 that are from Crown Jewels, but they're like major big. One is Dragon Charmer, I think. And it's the one where it's the dragon and it's got the little fairy or whatever she is, and she's like flying and up in the dragon's face. And then the other one is the black cat with the crystal ball in front of her, and she's in front of the big 15th window. So, but they're big. I mean, they're big, big, big. But the picture is on them. They all want to check on you, Chris. They want to make sure you're okay. So I got to actually finish videotaping that because my girlfriend called when I was in that. So I stopped it and then I'll pick it back up and then go back to finishing out that block. Because, yeah, it was just like, wow, everybody wants to talk to you all at once. Well, at least since I have started the citronella candles, the bugs aren't as prevalent as they were. So that's good. So they must work. You just got to light the thing.
but I'm usually not out here to worry about lighting the thing. I'm usually in the house. Yeah, I don't have any great grands yet. I just got grands, but my oldest grand is 16. So that could be, he's like a high level, and I don't know what the proper name for it is. I'm sorry, but high functioning autism. And so I imagine he will end up getting married. If it's anything like everyone else's phone, oh, excuse me, you could have been there and it just didn't ring. But sometimes my phone just don't ring. It just don't ring. They'll say, "We tried to call you." I'm like, well, I didn't get it. And also, I have found when we're in like Rose's room, if we are in Rose's room and the phone rings, it will not ring all the way through. It'll come up as a missed call. Thank you, Nana. So you might check that because I've noticed that when we're in those rooms, our phone calls don't come through. Because I'll get off and then I'll have like 3, 4 missed calls going, wow, everybody in the world wanted me. And all my dogs are like splatted up against the door, except for the one that's outside. Yep. And I don't have one. Because my landline, I would have to run off my satellite. And it's, yeah, no. And satellite doesn't run fast enough for it, got too much delay. It's like playing, what do they call it? MP, where it's like person to person player games, like WoW and Fortnite and all. They flat tell you, you really can't play them because when you go to shoot at someone, there's like a 2 second delay. So they've done moved by the time you shot, so those really don't work. I mean, not until I get real. Yeah, see, I had HughesNet and I couldn't get enough bandwidth to do anything with. So I got rid of HughesNet and went with Viasat. And with Viasat, at least I can stream all them. But yeah, you still have that like 2 second lag. So unless you're patient, like whenever people are doing their giveaways and you got to do the numbers, they're still talking about possibly doing the giveaway when y'all start plopping numbers down there. So when I see numbers start going, I just throw a number in there. How I win, I don't know because I just plop a number in there because I've got 2 second delay, so I don't hear when they say go. I just start seeing all these numbers come up, like super crazy, trying to keep up with the dogs. Really? At least with Viasat, well, the Viasat I went with, I paid $220 a month for my internet because I went with their platinum service. And I think that's the only reason it works so well is I went with platinum. So I get super, super high bandwidth and I get like 150 gigs a month. And then whenever I drop down to what's normal for everyone else. So I still can at least watch stuff. Except for Vudu. I can't watch my Vudu. For some reason, it needs a higher bandwidth and it won't do it on satellite. I've got like 500 movies on my Vudu and I can't watch a one because you got to be on regular cable. And no, I didn't buy them all. That was back whenever Walmart had that ultraviolet. And I just went in there and took all my son's digital library in there and said, I want to put these on my ultraviolet. And there's a lizard again. And then I sit there and yeah, that's my highest bill. But I was paying 185 for HughesNet and I only got 10 gigs a minute. So I was like, yeah, no. I'll be so glad when the cable gets out here. Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do anything. But it was like I literally went and took all my daughter's digital library, all my son's digital library, and mine, and put them all on Ultraviolet, which flipped over to Vudu. So I have all those on Vudu. So it's like there's tons of movies. I just can't get access to them right now. Like my dad, middle of the month, he's out of data on his Usenet, and he's like, I can't even get a page to load. So that's better than they used to offer, because used to it was 10 plus 5 after midnight was their high plan. So they're evidently getting better. Yeah, I got my Verizon is unlimited data. So my data plan's unlimited, so it doesn't get affected by anything. I mean, I think that's $85 for it. So that's not bad because it's unlimited data and no roaming. So I never roam no matter where I go, and unlimited data. And sometimes, if it gets to where the satellite's not pulling up, I can actually pull up my phone as a hotspot and I'll hotspot it. So that works pretty good. Yeah, and I sit there and I only watch YouTube. I don't. Everyone says this is on this and this is on this and this is on this and this is on this. I literally only watch YouTube. I've actually found movies on YouTube. I've found audiobooks on YouTube. Now the sun has even moved even more. We're chasing the sunlight, guys. Chasing the sunlight. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. But even that for unlimited data, 85 is not bad, because a lot of them charge you out the bukus for data. And everything's datatized now. I mean, everything's data. It's like, ugh. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna hop off of here, make me something to eat, get this other dog in the house. And next Friday, I will definitely make it a full 2 hours, but I won't have dogs. I won't have as many dogs. I don't think. I think they'll be gone. I think they'll be gone. Oh, you lucky dog. Lucky, lucky. That is a definite good price. That is definitely a good price. Thank you, Nana. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate everyone that comes. Pass me around. Try to get more to come, because I'm trying to get it to where every Friday at 5 o'clock I will be here. So I'll definitely be here every Friday, and I put out different videos, some long, some short, throughout the week. Um, Occasional hates every now and then. I'm gonna try to start doing more whips. So yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna go cook me something to eat and actually eat food instead of drinking coffee. Yeah. Miss you. Miss you. See you guys later. Love y'all. Come back again. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. And if you can pass me around, I love being passed around. I know it sounds bad, doesn't it? Sounds bad. Ooh. I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.